Hey, what's up, guys? To Intuitive 717, I am back with another reading. We're going to dive right into a message around the Divine Masculine Collective, okay? Because I do feel like the masculines are finally letting go, okay? And many of them are giving into their passion for you. It's coming off as really vulnerable and very charming. So I do feel like their love language is through showing you how passionate they are for you. Okay, so many of you may be attracting a lot of romantic experiences at this time, and I feel like you're so worthy of it, Divine Feminine. It's nothing to be like, oh my gosh, really? Like the Divine Masculines rushing in to be romantic? It's like, no, like hell, like you deserve it. You're Divine Masculine and many other suitors, like I shared in the last reading, okay? This energy is about you attracting everything that you are worthy of. There is absolutely no shock here. There is no fawning over any masculine energy. You deserve to be courted in the way that you're being courted right now, okay? And I feel like the reason a lot of your Divine Masculines are letting go and allowing themselves to be vulnerable in your presence, it's because they're wanting to show you this time how much they love you. And by allowing themselves to love you, like really allowing themselves to love you, I feel like they're even surprising themselves as to how charming they can be and how loving and thoughtful they can be. Okay, so yeah, it's just this whole big energy of like falling in love with you. Okay, finally like letting go. And another thing too I'm getting with this whole like letting go is like I feel like they were so afraid to dive into this because hi baby. I feel like they were so afraid to dive into this because there was this huge fear of experiencing this connection and then the possibility of losing it. Okay, many of them had to give up the fear of being abandoned by you, Divine Feminine. Okay, many of them were like, you know what, this seems like it's too good to be true, so I'm just gonna be an asshole about the whole thing. It's really the best way that I can put it, guys, and that's what I feel like they're letting go of, is like these blocks or this need to be like an asshole about it or push it away so that way they don't get disappointed type of thing. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. You're so cute. That's what I'm feeling for the Divine Masculines, but now they're just allowing themselves to come towards you, like show you who it is they are, because I feel like that's the position that many of you are now in. Like they have no choice, because now you're like, you know what, like I've had enough. I am worthy of love. I poured into you. If you know, if this is how you're gonna be, if you're gonna have these walls up, then so be it. And I feel like many of you, maybe you were like that in the past, but you always bluffed, right? You always bluffed, or you returned, and they never experienced like healing in a sense where full-on separation had to occur at the hands of the Divine Feminine, at the hands of the Divine Feminines. So this time around, I do feel like a lot of them, you know, they're courting you in this way and they're showing you their vulnerability because, you know, there really is now this need to do that so that you'll allow them to love you. Okay, before you were outpouring into them, and then you put a stop to that, and now they're saying, please allow me to love you. Okay, so let's see how this connection is progressing. Okay, what's the main message behind what's happening between you two, the masculine's vulnerability? Okay, so they want you to keep an open mind. Okay, so your soulmate may differ from your usual type or expectations. Okay, so I do feel like I'm hearing be patient with me. Okay, your masculines may be rough around the edges. They may like to, you know, play too much, joke around too much as they try to court you. As they try to, you know, really let their guard down. You know, they might make mistakes, but I do feel a genuine effort towards not wanting to let you go is what's going to be really super charming about your Divine Masculine. Okay, I feel too like they're letting go of immature ways of connecting with you, and with keep an open mind, I do feel like many of the Divine Feminines, you are going to be a lot more telepathic and just intuitive about their intentions. Okay, I do feel like the both of you are getting a chance to reconnect with one another, and your mind is going to be a lot more open towards each other in this connection. It's not going to be so what's the energy I'm getting here? I feel like the both of you in the past excuse me, guys. I feel like the both of you in the past, like the first sign of conflict, you'd be quick to like block each other, delete each other off of social media, just quick to run, basically. Okay, and it was not just one of you, it was both of you. I do feel like there is an ending that's coming to all of that. Now you're gaining a lot more clarity, and again, I am picking up very heavily that this divine masculine, like they are not letting go of you. Okay, this whole idea of them running, that's over with. Okay, I feel like you two have experienced some kind of I don't know, leveling up. I'm hearing the engagement card. Let your friends help you. I feel like a lot of your divine masculines, they could be opening up as well about this connection, or just receiving better advice about the journey. Maybe this could be why it is they're letting go as well. Okay, I see them opening up about this journey to someone who's very like close to them, or they may value their opinion like, you know, more than anybody else's. Like they know they're going to get solid advice from whoever it is they're opening up to, and part of this advice is just like, be yourself. Okay, and that's where a lot of them are receiving this assistance here. Be yourself, and if this person really loves you, they're going to keep an open mind. But the most important thing is that, like, you have to trust this. That's another thing too. A lot of your divine masculines may be getting advice from people who are older than them, letting them know that, you know, like, you're never going to know unless you give some of yourself. I'm hearing the word stingy, and I don't know why I'm hearing that. Stingy with their love, with their affection. They're very like strategic. They've been very strategic in the past, and they made the mistake of being this way with you, divine feminine, where they put you through all different types of tests. I mean, you definitely exceeded expectations on all of their tests, but I feel like there's a lot of regret behind those strategies, because, you know, that strategic kind of movement towards you, because there was really no need for it, because you went ahead and exceeded expectations. There's a lot of regret for putting you through what they put you through, and I think that's why you guys are being called to keep an open mind. And I do feel like with Let Your Friends Help You, the universe is saying, okay, you know what? Send in the wise advice now. Send in the wise counsel, because both of them are ready. Okay, so yeah, it's part of why many of your divine masculines are just making the move and coming towards you and just kind of giving in to this passion, because yeah, they don't want to let you get away. Like, it's not worth it, especially because the energy always just continues to resurface, right? This is why they're seeking wise counsel as well, because they're going to go crazy if they don't get clarity over who it is you are, what it is you mean to them. And I feel like the people around them are like, listen, like, why do you need permission? Who do you need permission from? And that's another thing too. That's why a lot of the karmic situations are breaking down. I don't know who said this quote, but the poor man is the one who seeks permission to have pleasure. I don't know who said that. I don't know why that came up in my head. But I feel like that's how your divine masculines may be feeling in karmic situations, which is another part of like finding themselves and really feeling like this is who I am and this is what I want. So yeah, that could be part of seeking wise advice as well, because I am seeing like lawyer, like not knowing who else to talk to about this other than like getting like legal counsel, wise counsel, I don't know, some kind of advice about this connection, okay? Because they really do want to move forward. And again, I do feel like a lot of the advice that they are getting is like, it has a lot to do with like autonomy, right? Like, you have to make this decision. I could give you all the advice in the world. You have to be the one to put your foot in this. And I feel like when they stop and they think about what it is they feel, we have true love. When they connect and they stop and they think about what it is they feel, it's this that's leading them towards you. It's this energy that's making them want to let go and drop the guard and give in to their passion for you, because that passion is rooted in true love. I feel like a lot of them have tried to explain it in many different ways. It could have just been the love making, the sex. Maybe it's just the attraction, the chemistry. Totally turned on by you. You know, let's go in head first and see what that's all about. You know, and I feel like many of them made the mistake of trying to come close to you thinking that it was going to be like this kind of, you know, quick encounter, and they were going to, you know, kind of conquer that experience and be done with it. But I was a fool for love. They were a fool for Kitty. Oh. Yo, she looked me square in the eyes like, what do you ask wrong with you, girl? I was just playing around. Just playing. You're so pretty, Mingy D. She's so cute. Look at her, you guys. You should see the way she's looking at me. You're such a lover. Huh? You're such a lover. Now let's see what this card says, Mega. All right, guys. We also have trust. We have trust coming in, okay? They were a fool for love. They sure were. But now I feel like the situation is calling for them to have faith, okay? And having a trust is having to be vulnerable, okay? Like we said previously, a lot of them have been doing this whole push and pull thing because they didn't think that you were really true love. That's why they had to put you through all of those obstacles and those tests. And I feel like many of you were yawning because in the High Priestess energy, you're just 10 steps ahead. You could just see that a lot of your divine masculines, like, they've never been genuinely loved. All of the tests and the games and all of these things that they were putting you through, in hindsight, I feel like the High Priestess was like, is this what you've been through in previous relationships? You know, like dealing with these types of feminine energy. Weak. They're weak. Ah! We just play it. Okay. I don't know. There's a lot of realizations happening with the divine masculines. You know, they are in love with you. They really are seeing the difference between someone who, like, loves them back, being in relationships. And I feel like you hit the nail on the head, divine feminine. Like, if a lot of you can intuitively feel a lot of your divine masculines' mistrust on the journey, and like how the mistrust ends up happening is like they really act like assholes when you're trying to be nice and genuine. It's like they try to be an asshole purposely because they try to test, they want to break that niceness, or they want to like eventually make you snap, or break you down in some way. But I feel like they weren't ever able to break you down. They weren't ever able to shift or change who it is you are. Instead, many of you chose to just leave them behind, and then they went without that energy, without that purity, you know. And now today, many of them are seeing other suitors compete for your affection, and it's not just ordinary suitors. These are suitors that are conjured up by the universe to match all of your heart's desires, divine feminine. That's why many of you are like, whoa, universe, that was a curveball, because now it takes you out of that place of feeling like, oh my god, it's only going to be my divine masculine. I only want my divine masculine. I can't see anybody else but my divine masculine. And then the universe is like, don't play with me, you know. Of course the universe is going to throw this curveball, divine feminine, because like I feel like karma, right? Like everything has to balance itself out, including like, you know, a lot of the loyalty and waiting and just everything that you have endured on the journey. It really does have to, the scales have to balance. Like you have to experience the bad, and then you have to experience the good as well. And this is your time of experiencing a lot of abundance. I feel like for many of you, and we can see what's coming up for the divine feminines, as your divine masculines are starting to, you know, just divulge a lot of truth on the journey. Right now is going to be the time where many of you, sorry honey, let me move those from your space. Now is going to be the time where many of you get that truth, that validation of like they love you. It's you, okay? You guys are going to see that you are their true love. Okay, what's coming up for the divine feminine collective? So we have the Princess of Winter. So as your divine masculine approaches you, you are in this Page of Swords energy, okay? So you're in this very truthful energy, inquisitive, realistic, undiplomatic, okay? So information that can help you, but it may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. Okay, so I feel like a lot of you are going to have... just get ready to have these intense conversations with your divine masculines. Clarity, apologies coming through. Many of you are going to see a charming, passionate side of them where they're not afraid to be like, hey, you know, I feel like in the past, many of you might have experienced a very like brash energy from them, being like kind of cocky, arrogant, like if they would ghost you or all of a sudden stroll back in weeks later messaging you. Like none of that stuff, guys. Like they're so cautious now of your energy, and I feel like it's going to be hard for them to hear it, but you're going to be delivering these messages. You're going to be stating what your boundaries are. That's why you're their true love, because I feel like there's a lot of healing. That's why they're having to have an open mind with you. Okay, but there's a lot of healing that happens when you two come together. Your masculine likes who it is they are. They love who it is they are when they court you, when they love you, when they're passionate towards you. When you guys don't have like arguments over petty stuff. When you guys argue, like usually there's a lot of growth attached to it. Okay, I don't know why I'm hearing makeup sex for many of you, but I just am. I feel like you guys are going to come together. Your masculines are going to be vulnerable with their guards completely down. I feel like it's going to be after a long time of like separation, and this is like communication to me. This is the start of new communication. You're going to feel a lot more comfortable with your masculines throughout this cycle, especially just to like speak your truth with them, divine feminine. Like, I don't like that you did that, or I don't like that you said that, or you know what? You said that you would do this, but you didn't follow through. And you're really in this beautiful era of just divine feminine energy. Like you really don't need to force anything. You don't need to raise your voice. Many of you, you do not need to raise your voice past the gentle hum of a whisper. Like really just kind of divine feminine stuff where you're commanding your divine masculine towards you in this beautiful and gentle way. No more forcing things. Just by focusing on you, doing your own thing, you know, walking away from things that don't serve you. It doesn't have to be hard. You just literally walk away. Many of you have learned, the art of just silence or maybe giving them space. I think in a few readings back, I talked about the divine feminines just being able to provide that space for your divine masculines without judgment, which is sometimes it can be difficult to do, right? But this is why it's so important for us to be able to have focus on other things going on in our lives that we're extremely passionate about, so that we're able to give that space. But it says here the desire for a more meaningful life, realizing it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. Okay, so that's you, divine feminine. You are ready to conquer the world with or without anybody by your side, and it makes you extremely magnetic to your divine masculine. So as they return, I do feel like more open and honest communication between you two. They're ready to learn all the ways in which you want to be courted. They're ready to let their guard down. No more being arrogant, or no more game playing, or just, I feel like you guys have really maybe gone through some kind of ascension, like your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. It's because you know your worth. The more you do that, the more you know your worth. It's like the more your divine masculines are drawn to you. They themselves can't explain it. They just know it just feels good. You know, it feels good to be on that journey with you. Okay, I'm also hearing too, as we end off this reading, I can't quite put my finger on it, but like, listen to the song, like, never gonna give you up, never gonna make you cry, never gonna turn around and hurt you. And also too, I don't know why I'm hearing this, but never gonna stop loving you. Okay, so I don't know, guys, mention some of it in the comments. If you guys Google song synchronicities, let me know. Never gonna stop loving you. Let me know what you find about that, okay? If you guys would like to dig into a personal session with me, I am on Hypsy.com. I do private one-to-one sessions where you can pick up the phone and literally talk with me, or if you prefer to text, we can do that as well. I do personal recorded readings as well over at Wizio.com. I would love to work with you guys. You can read through some of the reviews before booking. And I do have the membership section here on YouTube. I've created a wonderful library full of 18 plus readings if you guys prefer the sensual ones, or, you know, if you're just on that part of your journey, don't be afraid to join us in the membership section. I'd love to have you guys, okay? Until then, me and this sassy little furball will catch you guys in the next reading, okay? I love you guys. Take care, okay? Okay, bye guys.